All right. So, community, welcome to another AMS session. In here, we have Alvin from the MetFx is gonna be representing this project. Um, and as well, I have OG Benita. Benita, you want to say hi to the team of MetFx? Benita?
Yeah, yeah. Welcome, Escanol. Thank you so much for coming by Goldicus. We are really, really glad to have you here.
Awesome. So, Alvin, you want to introduce yourself to the community and tell us about your background and how you get involved into the crypto space.
Yeah, so my name is Alvin. We're MetFx. We're a registered company here, out here in Las Vegas, California. I mean, Las Vegas, Nevada. We're a team of approximately 20 people, that's working on the back end, the front end of the project. Um, so we've been working on MetFX for the last 5 months, 5 months now. And basically, what MetaFX is it's a metaverse, um, but really it's a really watch to earn. What we have on the screen that we have here is one of the metaverse that we actually built, and this was built about 3 months ago. The thing about with MetaFX is that we're a utility-based type of a project. We're not here to tell you we're going to have our assets and our utilities after launch. We're going to actually have it before launch. So this is what really makes us different, is the fact that we have our utilities on hand. The watch to earn is basically our forefront utility, where people can actually watch cinema movies, movies that you're actually familiar with. And so basically, you're going to get paid to watch these movies on our streaming app, and the continuous development of our metaverse, that we have on our screen that eventually Escanor is going to show you guys. We're going to be actually showing movies in the metaverse. We're currently planning out the next build, the next phase of the portion of the metaverse where people can actually just drive a car, um, and basically drive to the movie theaters and watch the movies on a big screen, in that drive-in setting. I'm not too sure if anybody's ever been to a drive-in, but that's going to be something that's going to be different that we want to bring to the space when it comes down to the metaverse. As you will see the presentation, you could see our high definition screens that we have in our metaverse, and basically you can watch it through your VR, and you can actually do it through Web3. But the primary utility that we're really bringing is really just our watch to earn application, which is going to be downloadable through the Android store, and then also the iOS. I could get into a little bit more details with the iOS store. It's just because of the laws and the regulations. So we're trying to work around the kinks in regards to when it comes down to crypto. I think Apple, they pretty much charge 30%. So we have to take the is what they call the Netflix tactic, where they have to redirect you into another page and then you go back in. But anyways, we can talk a little bit more about that. The fact is that we're going to have our application
Alvin, why
and
don't
our
we
utility.
let Escanar just play the introduction to the video, and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
you
yeah.
can.
Okay.
Yeah. Since there's no sound, Alvin, you can talk while that's on.
Yeah, so this is our metaverse that we had our devs built. You could just see the graphic level of this. And so we're continuously expanding. We actually put halt on our metaverse is because we felt like the application would be the forefront of the platform. So as you can see, our high definition screens there. Um, and you know, he's just there. That's just kind of running. So you could just see how with you being in our metaverse, um, just how these HD screens are going to actually look like in terms of watching movies and so forth. These are also we're going to be having our video billboards, which is really going to be good. Rather than just having a billboard that doesn't move. So we're going to really build out this metaverse out when it comes to the movies. We definitely do have other plans once we build out the movie theaters and outdoor drive-in theaters. So you can see he goes into this portal, and so this could bring you into like a whole new another world. So you'll see here where he's gonna have to. Our devs actually made it really private. Where if you buy a piece of land, if you own your own house, or you own a private room, because we do have private rooms that we've built about 4 months ago, where it's actually like a theater, a small little theater, like your home entertainment type of theater. So, there's a lot of things that our devs have in mind in regards to expanding and bringing other attributes into this metaverse that we're building.
That's really amazing. The truth is, we hardly see things like this. Can you hear me?
Yeah, totally. Did you guys see that portion where he just went ahead and punched in a code? That's what I'm talking about as far as the privacy settings. So the ideal of our metaverse is you're gonna have like a backpack, and you can be able to switch up avatars depending on, if you wanted to go into a different part of the metaverse, you could always switch up your avatar up, and you'll have like a backpack, like they're thinking about where you could actually fly. So you'll have like a jetpack that you could actually go into your, it's like a video game. You could actually go to like this backpack of yours that you have all these things that are attached to your profile. So you can put a jetpack on there. You can put a hoverboard, and you could travel not just by foot, but at least by air too as well.
So is this gonna? For this, is the application already available for this graphic itself?
This one, we're gonna release it. The thing about with the market, we want to release it a little bit later on, because we don't want to have everything all at once, because we need to keep that FOMO effect. We need to pump up our charts. So we want to definitely bring this as a news that our metaverse is open. But what we wanted to do was to show the utility that we have, and that what we're continuing building with the metaverse. I hope that makes sense, guys, in terms of strategy.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
it
mean,
does
our
make sense.
mission,
Yeah, go ahead.
our mission is to basically bridge the gap between the conventional world and the crypto world. And we want to do that by providing a venue that transcends, anybody's physical or geographical boundaries, through virtual experiences and entertainment. So we do that through the metaverse and with our streaming app that provides you the watch to earn ability. Basically that's our mission with MetFx and our vision. Just to be able to provide people with a utility where they don't have to worry about social distancing, and don't have to worry about the boundaries that limit them in their current environment. We want people to, because people have that need to socialize, right? And the digital world allows them to do that in a no risk environment. And so that's our whole goal with the MetFx metaverse, is to be able to provide something that can provide that type of utility.
Yeah, sorry, I had to switch onto my computer. Can you all hear me now?
Yeah,
Yeah, we
yeah,
can
we
hear
hear you
you.
clearly now.
Awesome. So yeah, while I was watching everything, does make a lot of sense. And while you were explaining something earlier, Gus, about trying to make a different metaverse and not being able to release it right now, it makes a lot of sense because I mean, in my opinion, it's always good to give out surprises and always give people the opportunity to look forward to something and stuff like that. But I'm kind of curious. Is actually the metaverse the main part for the watch to end, or is some? I mean, how is it gonna be attached to the movie part and stuff like that?
Oh, well, because we're gonna
That,
be
that's
showing
a great.
premiere movies, you know. Oh, go ahead, kid. You want to add to that?
Yeah, yeah, no, no, I'm done. I was just gonna, just that's a great question, Caleb. Basically, the way we have it set up is for people to use our iOS and Android app and our Web3 to actually watch the movies, so they can earn on the Watch to Earn platform. The metaverse will be able to show movies and, as Alvin said, premiere movies in the future because that is something our developers are constantly building. So over time, as that becomes available, we'll release it to the public. But by when we launch, we definitely will have our app in Web3 version for the platform, so you can actually watch the earn on the movie. So the metaverse is our long-term vision. Um, so you will be able to access and watch movies in the metaverse, especially in these private rooms. And that's something we definitely want to um, push and promote because we can promote to communities such as Gold Diggers, where you guys can have your own private room in the metaverse and actually show a movie that's on our platform. And that's the type of vision we want because we want to be able to interact with the crypto communities and provide them a place that they can enjoy their experience. We want this metaverse to be different than the typical metaverses out there.
Yeah,
And
especially that CZ said we started this project um way before CZ even said that we want to bring movies to Web3. The fact that we want to keep everything um everything to really relate to each other, in terms of our metaverse. That's why we're really sticking with our niche of just showing all these different ways that you could actually watch movies in our metaverse. It's a place where people around the world, you can have your friends, you can, invite them into your room, or you guys can go into purchase a car from the NFT platform. You can drive down to the movie theaters. We're just giving that different experience. And the fact that we're a movie streaming, we're a movie watch to earn. So we definitely want people to watch certain premiere movies. I think that because I have anime selections that I want to have. There's about 2 billion people who actually watch anime, and the fact that I can show these types of movies in the metaverse, not just you, but you could watch it together with other people. It just brings a different experience to the whole metaverse environment.
Yeah, I mean, the reason why I actually brought that point out is, I mean, the truth is, there might be people who are kind of interested into the metaverse, right? There might be people who just want to watch movie and end. So, I just want to know how these people fit into the MetFx. Let's say, for example, I just want to watch movie. I don't want to get involved in the metaverse, in the NFTs collections you guys are bringing up. I mean, how are you guys gonna differentiate that kind of opposition when it comes to people who are interested in some certain things?
You want to answer that, kid?
can you repeat that last part of the question, Caleb?
Yeah, I mean, like what I'm trying to say is there might be people who get themselves involved just in the movies because they just want to watch and aim, and they're really not just really interested into the metaverse. Why there might be people who really don't care about movies, they just want to get themselves involved into the metaverse. So I mean, how does these two people fit into metaverse? Is there something they have to do, or is there a place they have to go? And I mean, I just want you guys to elaborate more on that.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you
absolutely,
know,
absolutely. Yeah. So basically, the way we envision our metaverse interacting with our movie platform is users will be able to actually go into the metaverse and watch movies in the future. However, with the way MetFx is set up, we've seen that there was a lot of interest in the watch to earn utility, right? Because there's not many coins doing it, or if there's any coins doing it that have licenses to play quality movies such as MetFX. So we wanted to kind of strip down the whole metaverse plan and to focus on that watch to earn utility because we've seen the public's response to that. So in the beginning, MetaFX was built on the whole metaverse idea, but then we focused and stripped it down to focus on the watch to earn utility because we understood the metaverse is a long-term option where developers will be constantly working and building on that metaverse to provide that place because the metaverse, it takes a lot to build a metaverse. A lot of developers, there's a lot of, I mean, from every street that you go down to the trees, down to the grass that you see in the metaverse, everything has to be built by the developers. They're building these from scratch and they're not, just going the easy route of other developers and stuff like that. So they're hand building this metaverse from scratch. So they understood it would take time to perfect it. So in order to give our developers that time, we basically stripped down our utility to a watch to earn utility. So that's when we became focused on the movies. So we wanted to provide people the ability to do something that they love to do and get paid while doing it. We see coins to step in and all these, to earn tokens have a positive response because basically they provide people funds for something that's already built in most of our daily lives. People like to work out, right? People like to walk around. People like to watch movies because it's built into our social lives. Um, you know, I'll take my family for example. My kids were begging me for weeks to bring them to the movie theaters to watch Jurassic Park because it's kind of that's something that excited them when they seen the commercial because that's the media is focused on these movies. I know if you watch a TV in the USA, you're gonna see several commercials of upcoming movies that are coming out. And that's part of the lifestyle that is built into our daily lives. Movies are seen as a form of entertainment, and this is why we honed in and focused on providing that value to the public is to be able to provide them a venue that gave them an opportunity to do something they love and get paid while doing it.
yeah, I just wanted to add, the thing about in comparison to play to earn games and move to earn, those are awesome utilities, but the thing that we have the advantage of is that movies has always been part of our life. I mean, we've been watching movies since we were young. For the first time when our parents threw us in front of a TV, which is probably cartoons. It's our leisure time. It's just our time to just unwind and just for entertainment. So, I mean, if you look at a lot of these streaming applications, whether if it's Netflix, if it's Hula, if it's Tubi, if it's Paramount, you look at they never go out of business. because it's part of our lifestyle. It's part of something things that we do. Like who doesn't watch movies? And so that's why we have a very strong business model that's going to keep us in business for a very, very, very long time. If you compare it to play to earn games, they're coming out like a dime a dozens every week. And it's a very, uh, very saturated industry when it comes to the play to earn games. Now that Move to Earn came out, not everybody moves, not everybody play games, but everybody watches movies. And so the fact that you can watch our movies on our streaming app on our Web3. One of the things that we're eventually going to be going on to later down in our roadmap is we're eventually going to be on actually TV, where you can go to the Samsung store and you could go ahead and click our application and you could watch movies from your very own TV. That goes with the Apple Store too as well. So we're going to be hitting every platform out there, even applying to be on Roku as well. So the fact that
And that's the
what Kid was
power.
talking about is
I mean, Alvin, sorry to interrupt, but that's the
yeah.
power of MetFX is being able to provide a utility, but have a strong business model to do so. So we have partnerships with these advertising companies that will provide us funds every time an ad is played during the movie, and we share those profits with our holders in the form of the watch to earn protocol. So, our business model is built to withstand any bull market, bear market, any down market. It doesn't matter what type of market's going on. MetaFX has built a strong business model to withstand any conditions that any down market can present, because their business model is not based on just the crypto value or this and that. Because regardless of what the coin's trading at, MetaFX will be earning profits from these advertisers, and we'll be sharing them with our coin holders. So obviously, we expect the market cap to go up. However, our payouts and the rewards are not affected by any of that, because the fact is we have agreements with these advertisers, and we share the profits in the form of profit sharing with the MetaFX platform.
Yeah, advertising is becoming really, really big. I mean, if you really study out some of these platforms where iFlix will probably make about $15 million every month. That's just a subscription base. That this is iFlix. Then you have Tubi, who has a streaming application. It's a free streaming application. They do approximately close to $700 million a year that they earn from advertising. Netflix is also thinking about rolling out, and Hulu is thinking about rolling out, free movies. You'll pay for the subscription, but you'll be watching. I'm sorry, you're not going to be paying a subscription. You're going to be watching these movies that they have, and it's going to have advertisement in there. The thing about us that we have a hold on to this market is because it's a watch to earn. What
And
companies
you see
share
that
their profits with their.
with Netflix, um, kind of switching over their users, and telling their shareholders that they're going to have a free version come out that has ads in there, and that's the way the trend is headed, because people are not going to be expected to pay a subscription price, as Alvin mentioned, to watch these movies. Because the power of having these advertisers pay these companies. But the difference is these companies are not sharing profits with their holders, and that's the difference with MetaFX. Now, when you think of all those companies that Alvin mentioned, Netflix and Amazon and all those different movie streams, you what do you think of? You think of the accessibility on any device, meaning not just your computer, not just your phones, but also your TV. And that's why MetaFX has focused on being available on these TV devices as well, which is Samsung TV and Fire Stick, and Amazon. So we want to be able on all. We want these users to be able to access the MetaFX platform and be able to watch movies on any device that they use. And that's part of our strategy with MetaFx.
That's definitely a great idea you guys are bringing up here, and involving the metaverse into movies. I'm gonna say that it's actually a great idea for everyone who is involved into the crypto space, right? And to make it even more amazing, you can watch a movie and try to earn at the same time. But we can't deny the fact that Netflix, clubs like Netflix have always been people's choice. Not to mention other possible of ways you can watch movies, right? Aside from the earning that people should earn in regards to MetaFX, right, while watching a movie, what other things should people look out to on MetaFX? Why should people choose MetaFX over Netflix? So I'm just using Netflix as an example, right? Because I believe there are other social platform out there, but Netflix is well known as the most popular one, and stuff like that. So why should people go after MetaFix and not Netflix?
Because we're a free subscription base. I mean, I watch Netflix, but at the same time, I get bored. You can look at Tubi. They started in 2014, and they took a chunk of the market share because it's a free streaming application. So with our strategy, we're going to be targeting in the Southeast Asia. They don't really have a free streaming app that's really out there, especially that we're targeting the Philippines really hard. I mean, we ran our Facebook ads and we're getting a lot of inquiries of just how they can participate. So we know that we can break into the movie industry in terms of watching movies, because we do have a strategize. The thing is that it's what's different between us and Netflix is that it's a watch turn. You could watch movies and get paid for something that you already do. And that's what's going to give us that great head start to really break into it. The fact that you have to pay for a subscription, and not everybody in the Philippines can actually afford that subscription. The fact that we're partnering up with a telco company who gives out data cards. We're talking about cross promotion over here. The
Yeah,
fact that these data cards.
absolutely, Alvin. And then also just to answer Caleb's question about Netflix in particular, think about the market cap that Netflix already presents. Netflix is a publicly traded company on the U.S. stock market, right? It already has billions of dollars market cap value, right? So think of it from an investment perspective. If you invest into Netflix compared to MetaFX, you're already buying into an established company at a billions of dollar market cap that doesn't provide profit sharing from its advertisers the way MetaFX was set to do. So that's the reason we kind of decided to focus on certain regions as compared to doing a full market rollout, because we understand that competing with companies such as Netflix is going to be hard in the beginning, obviously because of the amount of movies they carry. But as time builds and people come to trust the platform of MetaFX, our movie library will increase, our users will increase, our advertisers will expand. We'll have an internal team that basically focuses on getting and expanding that advertising. So you're being a part of basically Netflix in a way, but it's a cryptocurrency, and it's at its infancy. So we're giving you the opportunity to because you could see with Netflix's value of where a movie streaming platform could ultimately, how successful they can become. Because let's all face it, Netflix is a great success, right? If you invested in the IPO of Netflix, you're doing very well. So we wanted to be able to provide users that same opportunity, because right now, if you compare the values of I mean, we're only starting out what, a $600,000 market cap compared to billions of dollars that's already established with Netflix. So, that's the reason why we would suggest someone switching over. But, it's not really, we're not trying to
They don't
compete
even
with
have to
Netflix.
switch over, kid. They don't even have to switch over because
We're not
I
trying to
mean,
compete with
I have Netflix. I got Netflix, but I also watch Tubi because it's a free streaming app and they have other variety of movies. It all depends on what your library and what you're bringing. What you're bringing as far as your video content. We have a lot of things in store, not just to bring video content, to our MetFx platform in terms of the sense of movies.
And let's
So
think
we
of it
definitely
from a filmmaker's point of view. Imagine a filmmaker that's making movies but doesn't have access to put their movies on Netflix because Netflix is not going to take every movie that people create, right? They're going to handpick their selections. So MetaFX is a platform where content creators and filmmakers can actually put their movies on to be featured and to get instant monetization on that film that they created. So imagine the power that MetaFX could bring to content creators and filmmakers around the world.
yeah.
I mean, that's really amazing. With the idea over here. But you read. I think Crypto Kid was talking based on the interest of the people involved already in the crypto space. But thinking about it globally, these people, most of them don't know about the cryptocurrency. They haven't gotten involved in the metaverse. They all they know about is let me subscribe into Netflix and get and watch a movie and stuff like that. So what are your plans to, to make this to make a metaverse get involved with those people who hasn't getting themselves involved
Well,
into
the good
That's
thing
a
yeah.
about
great question, Caleb. Let me answer this real quick, Alvin. That's a great question, Caleb. That's the power of MetaFX because we're gonna have the ability to attract users that are not into crypto. Imagine you don't have to know about crypto in order to get involved with MetaFX. You can simply download it in the iOS store or in the Play Store and watch movies without even knowing how to buy a coin on the Binance Smart Chain. So we will be able to promote to these users and educate them on how easy it is to get involved with crypto and introduce them to the crypto space. So it's going to be our job to provide them that education. So we can come out with video content that explains that people can watch and earn while learning and understand the crypto industry because MetaFX is going to be attracting users that are not into crypto. But that's also a big plus because now we're introducing people to the crypto industry and any project that has that power where it has the ability to attract people that are not just into crypto is doing very well in my opinion.
Yeah, I want to just touch up on what Kid was saying. The thing is what, the MetaFX platform, yes, it's the watch to earn, but you don't have to participate into watch to earn to actually watch movies. You could just download it and automatically start watching movies. And that's that's what's great is that we're hitting both markets. We're hitting the users who don't really care for crypto, but they just want to watch movies because it's free. You're gonna have people who actually want to earn from that. So there's steps into with where MetaFX is going. Eventually, will we ever have a premium section where we have to target these people? There are people who don't want to watch commercials, but they love to watch movies. They want to watch content without any interruptions, and so eventually we're going to evolve into that level. But at this stage, we want to just make it free and make it really accessible for anyone to download and to watch movies. You don't have to participate into the watch to earn. So we're targeting the cryptocurrency people. We're targeting in the Philippines where Axie Infinity really exploded, where people were earning from that. So we're going to be targeting different users in this market. The free streaming app, the premium app where people don't want to watch movies with commercials. And then you have people who are in the crypto space that actually are into crypto and they do want to earn and they do want to purchase things from the NFT and they want to interact with our metaverse. So even with our metaverse, you don't have to be in crypto. You can actually just log on and you could roam around. Now, could we convert those people potentially that don't know? Yeah, sure we can, because just like what kids said, we're a video streaming app. We can teach people about more about crypto, if they want to learn about it, just by logging on to our platform, whether if it's Web3 or whether if it's on our application. Those videos will actually be there. If you're interested in the cryptocurrency but you don't know, well, watch this video and learn the simple and the basics of it. So, there's a lot of plans on trying to convert people into the cryptocurrency. Um, but like again, look at these movie streamings out there. Do your study on it. Their market caps are high. I mean, when you're talking about like Hula and all them, they're in the billion-dollar market caps. Just because Netflix is, the front runner of everything, doesn't mean that we don't have that chance. And we strongly do have that chance because we have that watch to earn function and that we're sharing our profits with people who participate into the watch to earn platform.
I mean that's definitely understandable. Let me try to break it down. Crypto Kid and Alvin. I mean, look at it this aspect, right? I'm a new user. I don't know how I don't know anything about the crypto space. All I care about is watching my movie on Netflix. But there's this access maybe on MetFx where you can watch and earn. But the question is, these people are going to be earning in your native token. Am I correct, Alvin?
Yes, that is correct.
So
They're going to be earning a native token, but
awesome. Yeah.
eventually we're going to wean off that. We're actually going to wean off from the native token, even though we'll have other utilities that keeps us utility, because we really want to share the profits that come from uh, the advertisings that we're going to be earning. So imagine if we're about a year from now and we're earning, let's say, who knows, $100 million. We can share and take a portion of the earnings and we could share that with our user base in the form of a BUSD, just because we want to eventually wean off from the actual native token. Because at the same time, it still buys and sells, right? So we have that plan where we eventually will want to actually wean off, and yet still be a utility because of our NFT platform and because of our metaverse and so forth. So, but
Yeah.
anyways,
Yeah, what actually what I wanted to bring the point I wanted to bring out is are you guys planning on, I mean, to the users who really don't know much about the crypto actually, and they love watching movie, have you guys actually found a way whereby, I mean, they can earn, but it shouldn't be maybe on maybe on a native token on BUSD, maybe they can just earn naturally on maybe on a US dollar or something like that. The reason for that is because these people don't know what native tokens are, right? But they love watching movies, and the truth is they wouldn't want to choose MetaFix because maybe even if no matter how much it's free, they would want to choose MetaFix because they are already familiar with Netflix, and I mean they don't care about the subscription because it suits them, right? So my point is, how would the people who are not using a MetaFix, right? How would they be able to earn? I mean, those who are really not involved into the cryptocurrency, how would they be able to earn from watching the movie? Are you guys going to make a special package for them where maybe they can watch and earn maybe in US dollar or something like that? So I just want you guys to break up that as well.
oh, I see what you're saying. We haven't really thought about that. I think right now, before we round robin back to the United States, our true focus really is right now is in Southwest Asia, and those countries are actually India, Philippines, Indonesia, Thailand, Korea, and China. We want to and Singapore. So we want to do our concentration there before we round robin back to the United States because we understand, it's all about content, and we want to build that content before we hit the United States. So we're definitely going to come up with some plans. I'm glad that you brought up that question because it makes us think, and we do love ideals, and definitely we're going to be engaging our community with a lot of the things that some of the decisions that we're going to do. But before we hit the United States, we're really heavily targeting Southeast Asia before we start advertising and expand our subscriptions, not our subscriptions, our licensing to actually show movies in the United States through our application.
That's really amazing. And there was this question that was popping up in my head, and I know maybe you guys must have thought about it. And I mean, it all depends on the circumstances. But what if, for example, at some point Netflix come around and like, I want to partner with MetFx. I mean, what are you guys gonna do? I mean, were you guys gonna accept a partnership or something like that? Because I believe there's always what you call competition and stuff like that. But I just want to know what you guys will.
You do a partnership with Netflix, I can guarantee you're gonna have a lot of people crying. Because anytime you do a partnership with Netflix, just imagine what the market caps are going to look like. Everybody and the mother is going to be trying to pour money into this platform in terms of buying in on the cryptocurrency. It's going to be explosive. It's going to be massive. It's really a no-brainer. And we want our users we want the people who invested into MetaFX to make money. We're obligated. Like I was telling Kid, I said, it doesn't matter whether if I get only 3 hours sleep, 4 hours sleep. It's my duty, it's my obligation. I'm working hard for you, because you've put us on a platform to make this platform come alive, and here we are, ready to launch. It's a no-brainer for us to, if Netflix comes around, and wants us to buy us out, man, that's massive. I think there probably will be some down the road, could be an acquisition, down that road. And I think that it's going to truly pump our charts up, and we'll see, how that would all play out. I mean, it would be really great that Netflix, decided to want to do an acquisition with us in terms of
That's part
buying.
of the reason why we strategize to focus on certain markets and regions as opposed to just rolling out a national app and everybody can use the type of thing, because we wanted to be able, because we knew like companies would have interest in partner up or buying out or whatever MetaFX, because of the partnerships that we do have, because we're able, by focusing on these certain regions, we're able to focus our partnerships on companies that normally we wouldn't be looking at if we had a national rollout. So that means the partnership with the data company, because we understand that in these regions that we're targeting, data is a big thing, right? So that's why we're doing a deal with a company that provides that data for users, because we understand that users are going to be using a lot of their data when they're on the MetaFX platform. And that's part of the reason why we strategize on these regions as opposed to a national rollout, because we wanted to create these partnerships and we wanted to come to the table with something strong, where we had a strong footprint in these certain markets and be ready for those buyout offers or partnership offers that you mentioned.
Yeah, and just to so people understand, in the Philippines and these third world countries, I'm not going to say all. In the Philippines, 80% of the users buy data cards, from a store, which they actually load up, data onto their phone in order for them to surf and text and all this kind of stuff. So, I told my team to actually look for a company out there that we could actually partnership, who's trying to break into this industry. So the fact that anyone who has the MetaFX application on the phone could actually get a discount on these data cards. And the thing is that because Philippines is a third world country, savings it makes a big difference. People will save $15. I mean 15 pesos, whatever it may be. They want to save because it's tough living there, and people if you give a discount, they'll go to the one who has a discount. And so, you're talking about 80 million people, and there's actually 110 million people in the Philippines. And I can assure you that every single one who has a cell phone buy these data cards. There is no, uh, you know, telecommunication company that you can pay and it's just a flat rate type of thing. It's really these data cards that you have to purchase. And so, doing a partnership with them, which actually they actually came to we just had a short meeting and they're pretty excited. Now closing that deal, that's just one. If we can close that deal with them, we can close the deal with many others. There's many data cards that are out there, and so basically, we have our strategy, and I think they're excited. So hopefully we close that deal, and that's just another avenue of just getting a way to advertise MetFx. And I truly believe that whoever we do close, they're going to gamify it. People will download this application just to get that discount on data cards. I couldn't tell you how many data cards I end up using, but that's just because I'm from the United States and I can afford it, But in the Philippines, people are very cautious about, how they spend their data. And if they can get that discount, they'll gamify our system by downloading our application just so that they can get that discount and say, hey, I have the MetFX application on my phone. I'd like to get that discount that you guys are offering for the MetFX users. So we definitely have strategic plans on making MetFX popular in the Philippines, and then we move on to the next country, which is India. And then we also have Nigeria, which is big on Nollywood. A lot of people has been telling us, hey, you need to get involved with Nollywood. People love their movies. So it's funny that people are saying that because we met a person named Sergeant who's been in this space, and his wife is in Nollywood. She's surrounded by that. And so we'll eventually have our ambassadors and our partnerships over there, and we could tap into that market. But right now we're just going to be concentrating on the Philippines because of the success of these move to earn and play to earn through via Axie, what they did. So the fact that we've already ran our ads in the Philippines and we're doing some other marketing to attract people, we're already getting that inquiry. People are going to our Facebook page and chatting with us of can we get involved into this? It's exciting. We're going to be doing our ground roots. I'm particularly from there. So, we have a lot of political ties. We have a lot of, connections in there, in the Philippines. Just to let you guys know, I actually met the current president of the Philippines. I actually had dinner with him at a party, just because of me being a businessman in the Philippines and having business, and then also my fiance's parents, they're into politics. They have high government positions. So, we have the connections there, and that's why we really want to target there, just because of that. So just a little bit more information on our strategic moves that we're doing.
That's really amazing. It seems like you guys got a lot in store here, and I know we've been talking mostly about the marketing plans, but for us to get more details, I'd like to leave the floor to Benita. Benita, you can take the marketing part.
Hey, thank you so much. I just want to know, I understand the fact that you have some partnership all planned out, but maybe if you can give us a detailed info on how and, at what step, like, let's say, at this point we'll be doing this, or, we'll carry out all of this. At what point are all of this coming to play out, like, with regards to your marketing strategies? Do you have a detailed plan on how this marketing would go?
Well, first of all, we have to market the product and the coin itself because we're approaching. This is the reason why we have Mr. B, who's on our team. He just came from helping out with Cloud Chat. And Cloud Chat was a very successful coin that actually went up to $80 million market cap. We also have Crypto Kid, who's been in this industry, and his experience on moving the coin. And then we also have Talkstar, who's also been in the industry. He's been hired by many companies in Pixel and outside of Pixel network, kind of say, So the team that we have is very, very experienced. One of the other guys that also came on board, he just did another token that went up to $35 million market cap on the first day. So in terms of the marketing, we have that covered in terms of what we're capable of doing with marketing. Like I said, we know how to trend. We're getting our market maker. We already have chosen who is going to be doing our market making to keep our charts healthy, to keep that token, in movement. We have, Talkstar, who's strategizing our CEX listing. Because definitely we want to be on a centralized exchange, but there's a strategy to all of this in order to get onto the big exchange. So eventually, we definitely want to get onto KuCoin as fast as we can. Also, eventually get onto Binance. Hopefully, the fact that we're going to be the first one to show movies, in the metaverse and also on our streaming application. So, as far as the marketing goes, we pretty much got that locked down. We know how to trend. We know how to do. We're already going to
We
be.
have a user acquisition strategy. So what that means is, we will find out where our best advertising will be, because remember, this is not just a project that will attract the crypto consumer. This is a project that everybody will be attracted to because it's a part of our lifestyle, right? So that opens up advertising compared to other projects, because now all of a sudden we can advertise in the iOS store, we can advertise with Apple, we can do billboard advertising, and not just like a SpaceX billboard or a Times Square billboard, but we can do billboard advertising in the Philippines and attract those users to our platform, because that will ultimately add value to our shareholders. So once we have the user acquisition and the cost, we will be able to go over the data and find out what our best performing strategies are. And we'll focus more our marketing strategies towards the ones that are doing the best at that time. So we'll take a user approach once we have the data, and we'll find out what's our best performing marketing. We understand this is a BSC project, so we will need to have that guerrilla style type marketing approach that people come to expect on the BSC. So that means, as Alvin mentioned, trending on DEX tools, trending on CMC, trending on crypto.com, banner ads on KuCoin, stuff that we expect with every crypto project that launches a BSC token, right?
Well, shoot, we're already applying for pre-CMC already. We got the hookup for that. Pre-CMC.
Exactly.
As far as the marketing goes, we really, really got it down. That's why I'm doing all my AMAs right down the punch line. You do an AMA at a very, very early stage, it's a mistake in my opinion, because we're gamblers. We don't want to wait around. So doing a 32 AMA tour would be the right thing to do, is because that's when you're going to get the highest engagement. You're going to keep that momentum up. You're going to run your ads. You're going to be running your ads on all these point sites, doing all these AMAs. Just a lot of, we have other tools too as well. We have I'm not going to get into the tools that we're actually kind of using. I want to actually kind of keep that a secret. But the thing is that, when it comes down to the marketing, you don't have to worry about the fact that we're getting, a market maker to handle our volume and to keep our charts healthy. Not many coins would actually kind of, do that, and
Yeah.
so
What MetFx has done is they've surrounded themselves with people that succeeded in the marketing industry specifically, that have a track record of success. And those are the people we have help advising on marketing. So, that's the most you can really do in any crypto project, is surround yourself with the right team. And Alvin has done a tremendous job in doing so.
Yeah, the fact that I got Talkstar, Crypto Kid, Mr. B, and Vader. Man, these guys have track records of being part of tokens that you know did an awesome market cap on the first day. Not even on the first day, just the longevity of it, and the fact that we're going on a centralized exchange, and the way that we're going to be planning to get on KuCoin. You got to remember, Talkstar used to work for. Talkstar is a Beat Talk person, who's has direct access with KuCoin. I don't have to go through the front line. We have that direct connection with the listing agent team. Everybody knows that in Pink Cell, of what Talkstar is what where he comes from and its experience. So the people that we brought on is been vetted, and we seen some of the tokens that they done in the past, and they've done successful. These guys, they know how to save money. I think people need to understand that they're fighting. They're not trying to profiteer from us. They're like, Alvin, you can get this for this amount of dollar. Nope, it is. Nope, we can get that for a lot more cheaper. You know what I mean? The fact that a lot of people in this industry don't even know how to trend. They don't know who to go to trend. They don't know who's the people who's doing Dexels trending, CMC trending, all these trendings. The fact of one of the things that people don't even know. Did you know that we're going to catapult something really pretty big with CMC? The fact that we're going to be CMC on there, that attracts tremendous users. The fact that we're already going to be ready to go and not have to put an application after launch to get on C, where people are saying, when is CG and when is CMC in trading? No, we're already pre doing that already. The fact that um, uh, there is a section, on CMC. Um, I, I can't. I'm not even going to mention that part. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna actually wait till when we're gonna make that announcement. Just they're just somewhere on CMC. We're actually the top three in something, but I'm not gonna. You guys can actually try to search it, but um, marketing, you don't have to worry about. The team definitely has that track record. In terms of what Kit was talking about, uh, in terms of the application and how we're going to, do our advertising and things like that. We have Kim, who's handling all that in terms of advertising. This is where partnerships comes in. This is where ground roots marketing is going to come in. This is where using high quality calls, especially with Filipino influencers that are going to talk about our project. Filipino influencers from YouTube to TikTok, even doing a TV ad in the Philippines in regarding to our application to reach a broader audience, so that people can know about our platform and actually download the application and watch movies. We want people to come into our application that is not into crypto and just focus in on that side of the business, is because we get 100% of that advertising money. And it's obvious that not everybody's into crypto, but we're hitting, we're going to be targeting both sides of the user base. People who are into crypto, that's obvious with Axie Infinity in the Philippines, and then also people who are not into crypto, who just wants to do watch movies for a free streaming application. So as far as marketing goes, we definitely have that pretty much locked down.
And that's part of the reason
Constantly.
why we're seeking long-term partnerships with influencers rather than just paying them for a single post, because we want them producing content that educates people on the utility of what the MetFx platform brings to the table. So that means generating content where people understand that MetFX pays you to watch movies, and shows you the value of our metaverse. And that's the reason why we're seeking out these long-term partnerships with these influencers.
I think that was really, really great for me because, I mean, for a project like this, it's because in the crypto space, we have different kind of people. We have people. Can you hear me, guys? It's my
Yes, we can.
okay. Okay, so we have people who just wait on to just buy a token and just wait for it to come. They don't check. They don't even care about the utilities or what this token is all about. They just buy in because they see, oh, it's trending and people are buying in. And also there are people who care about what this token has to give and regards to the longevity as well, like how long is this going to stay? Do they have plans to keep this going, etc.? And yes, because this is a project that has to do with people in the space and people outside the space, it really, really needs marketing. Like, because
Oh, absolutely.
when we have so much of the people,
Absolutely, Benita. But marketing really, marketing. The I always tell projects the best form of marketing is good development. So it starts with the development team, and Alvin basically has the best developers working on this project. So the fact that they've given us the utility to market with and something so strong makes marketing really, really easier when you have a great utility such as MetaFX.
absolutely. I think that's the point. I mean, I was saying, if you have all of this planned out, regards the different type of marketing, then I think it's a good goal for me. For someone like me, I always look out for stuff like this. What kind of marketing do they have? And if I really see that these people, aside from having a very good utility, because you don't have a utility that's so good and you keep it just in your room or just the people, just a limited amount of people. You want people to know about it, and that's the way the project grows. So I think I like it. I like the forms of marketing and all the plans you have. So yeah, thank you. I think Caleb can continue.
Yeah,
Yeah,
oh, go ahead, Caleb. Go for it, bro.
yeah, yeah. Thanks for that, Benita. I mean, you can go ahead, Alvin. Yeah, just finish it now.
Well, like I said, the marketing team, most people just hire one person to the marketing team. I came up with the decision with the group that we were going to hire people who have certain talents. Not every marketing person has all the talents and all the tools. Everyone has their own type of marketing success. And imagine if you can combine all those different ways of doing the marketing. And that was our approach. I've actually learned a lot from all of them, in terms of marketing. Like, wow, I didn't even know that, and I didn't know this, and I didn't know that. And one person on the marketing team didn't know about this area of the marketing aspect that we can get more people involved into our project. So, it was a good decision on the team to bring on um, people who have a track record when it comes down to the marketing aspect. You know, well, one thing about it, and I don't want to sound like we're DJs in this place. We know which are going to have longevity, and we know which ones are actually not. We're going to be in there for 2 to 3x, and we're going to just go ahead and pull and look for the next play to do. But with MetaFX, if you really study out, these streaming applications, they withstand almost any market. Especially the ones when it comes down to the premium service. You know, in here in the United States, $10 is nothing. We probably wouldn't even notice, people, and the fact that income is always going to constantly coming in. And again, people watch movies. It's never going to go away. You're going to be watching movies until the day that you die. It's just one of those facts, especially when you get old. You're going to be in front of that TV. It's part of our lifestyle, and that's one of the things that we have the advantage over any type of play to earn thing. Not everybody can work out for the rest of their life. You get to your prime, you get to your young age, and you could work out, and you could jump on these uh, you know these ecosystems that do like move to earn or play to earn. You're not going to play the same game for the next 5-10 years. That's not going to happen. I hate to say it, but there was a downtrend on Axie Infinity. They lost a lot of years for whatever the reason is. But me, even coming from the gaming industry, I like to play multiple games. I can't be stuck on just one game. And it's going to be very hard to retain that user base, because without that user base, how are you going to stay in business? Because you're going to have to rely on them to do upgrades to go to the NFT platform. You're always going to try to fish for new clients. But with MetaFX, we can have that retention. Just because at the beginning we're free. We're going to have both premium and a free streaming application. So, our business model is strong. We have that strength of our team and what we're building out. Um, which streaming app has a metaverse, has an NFT marketplace? None. They're just focused on the .com area, which is strong and it's right. But we have that extra flavor too as well, where people be like, you know what? I want to check out MetFX and just see if, I want to invite some of my friends and I want to go watch movies. You know, we're going to have that. We're going to have that edge over a lot of these companies, and we're going to take a lot of that market share just because we have that cryptocurrency side, and that metaverse, which I haven't heard anything from Netflix that they have a metaverse, or whether if they're going to do that, or if that. I haven't heard anything from Hulu or Tubi. So, we have that chance, a very, very strong chance, and to really break and make MetaFX a known brand, especially that we're going to be on these TV applications, whether they're marketplace like Samsung. It's not hard to be on those marketplaces. It's not. But we're going to have that availability to it. You know. Uh, so, if it's easy for us to be on the iOS store and the Android store, it's just as easy as getting on these platforms. Which is like Samsung TV and Apple TV. So, even also getting on Roku too as well. So definitely, guys, girls, we have. This is not something um, to sell all your bags out. Of course, you want to sell your bags, and the rule is, get your profit. I mean, get what you've already put into this project. You know what I mean? Get your initial investment out. But it's definitely not a project where you just entirely sell your bags. I mean, if you just look at the business model, you look at the streaming app, uh, streaming app application industry, especially when it comes to movies, it holds its value because they're monetizing either through subscription or through uh, advertising. iFlix, for instance, they have a subscription. You know how much their subscription is? $2.50. How much are they earning? I think they're earning approximately $30 million a month just on a subscription. You know, $2.50 is something on your credit card that you're not even going to worry about. Oh, I got to cancel that. This is not like $150, type of a membership where that's definitely going to make a difference. But a $2.50, I've seen the strategy and what they were doing. $2.50, you're not going to miss it. You'd be like, oh, they do that. Um, with many of these services that they have is they sell it to you for very cheap, where it's not even noticeable to your eye to even want to bother to even cancel. Oh, I'll just go work out. Like let's just say one of the working out companies called here in the United States, and they only charge $9.99 in order to work out anytime, 7 days a week, 24/7. You can go to the gym. They don't have that much cancellation rate. Is because it's very cheap, um, which is not noticeable in your bank account. You know. But anyway, that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Before I'm gonna ask the next question. Um, I was kind of hearing from a couple of people that the MetaVerse NFTs are really crazy. I don't know if it's possible to share maybe most of the NFTs you guys have come around to the investors here in the chat or something like that, so they can see.
Oh yeah, totally. I know what you mean. Yeah, we have people that can make awesome NFTs, and we're definitely got plans for that, especially. So anyway, guys, you could already tell that we already have our NFT platform. It's going to be soon where we're going to put in the other NFTs in order for people to participate into the watch to earn. Um, but yeah, this is our NFT platform. Arnaya went ahead and built this out. We already had the NFT platform already made months ago. Like I said, we're a utility-based type of projects. We're not here to tell you 6 months from now we're going to have, or 6 from now we're going to have the application, or 6 from now we're going to have the metaverse. We worked on this and put even our own money into it to make sure that we have our utilities on hand. And that's what's going to make us literally different, especially when people are going to trade this coin. And once they know that we have our application out, it's a wrap, you know. It's a utility, so we're going to attract a lot of these other big investors who's going to be, trading with our coin. But this is the NFT platform that we have over here. I think, Escanor, can you scroll down a little bit more, just so people can actually see a little bit more of the UI interface? Yeah, and then you can scroll down a little bit more. So you guys are familiar with some of the NFTs that we dished out, especially with those two. Those were actually done by Dragonis, and we're going to be coming out with more NFTs that are super high quality. I'm also going to be coming out with my own Stray Dog series. I'm not too sure exactly when I'm planning to release those, because I'm really just taking my time on really developing that, and how I'm going to have a utility behind those NFTs. You know, one other thing that I might just go slightly off. Nah, we'll talk about that a little bit later on. But yeah, this is our NFT platform, and we're gonna be doing a lot of marketing around that, on getting these third-party developers to creators to actually come onto our platform, especially with the streaming app. I think people are going to be able to download movies from these independent people who create movies in the form of an NFT, and so it's we're going to be niche. We're not trying to hit the broad. We want to have that niche market where it could specifically, attract and make everything cohesive in terms of our platform. We're not trying to say, oh, we're going to be the next OpenSea. No, but we want to have certain things that we want to put on our platform, especially when the metaverse is full blown, where people can actually purchase certain assets for them to have, and the things that they can do in our metaverse. So
that's really great. Yeah, um let's get a little bit close to the launch. Um, what would be the ideal price and the market cap? What would the market cap be at that time? And maybe you can also tell us about the tokenomics of the project, like the buy and sell tax as well.
yeah, we're actually going to be switching over on launch when it comes down to our taxes. We want this coin to be traded on a volume base, so we're definitely going to be. We right now we have currently it's going to go 8% in and 8% out. But after the first day, we're going to go down to our taxes down to 0% in and 5% out. So we want to keep this as much as low as possible, that we can, to have a lot of trading volume going on with our charts. It's really important when you try to get onto a centralized exchange. They want to see how much volume that we're doing, and because that we're going on a super low tax, we're going to try to make as much as money on the tax in order to sustain, and immediately use that money for brand ambassadors, to get on multiple centralized exchanges, and things like that. But yeah, so our market cap is going to be roughly around 630K, is the starting market cap for this. We're closing in on. We've already with Zelwyn, they've already been advertising with us. They're a big community. I think they're roughly around a high tier 2, high tier 1 audio launch pad. They easily raise $200,000 on their platform because of the projects that go on there. If you do a study on Zelwyn and some of these market caps that they reach, they're pretty high. We're closing in on with Comunitas right now. Comunitas, we were negotiating with our market making and things like that. So we're pretty much done. And so we're basically going to hopefully close out everything to onboard with Comunitas. Comunitas, actuality, just became the #1 audio launchpad in Asia. So that's just really awesome, to have that. They have a tremendous user base, and this is one of the approach um, why we wanted to get on a high tiered audio launchpad, because of the visibility and the recognition that they've created. Also, we're going to be going eventually is Gempad is one of the upcoming, not so much too big of an allocation right now, but then again, how many people in the BSC knows about Gempad, and then also at Pink Sale. So the fact of the matter is that we're going to capture these markets with being on these audio launchpad. I don't know if you guys know, but actually Pink Cell actually did come out with their some like an audio kind of launchpad. I think it's called Pink Pad or Pink something. But yeah, so anyways, we're going to be on those audio launchpads. As far as the tokenomics, the lowest tax that we're going to be doing is going to be 0 in and 5% out. But yeah, we're going to be as far as the vesting period goes, we have that seed sale. We had seed sale. We have private sale. Those were vested. You're going to get just a rough estimate is I think the seed sale Escanor, what is it? 15%, and then they get their drops every single week until they're 100% fully vested. Escanor, you want to touch up on the
Yeah, that's correct.
tokenomics?
That's correct.
Yeah. Anyway, this is Escanor. He does a phenomenal job. He's actually working on the C Charge project with Crypto Kid, Mr. Bean, and all this kind of stuff. And the reason why I can share that with you is because we want that your community. We're going to be giving out whitelist spots for that particular project. It's an awesome project. A lot of VCs are going to back this thing up. It's going to be massive, and this is where the partnership comes in with Gold Diggers. We have a lot of things in mind. We definitely want to build something for this community in our metaverse. A lot of things that even the ideals that we want to do. You guys should hold your you can hold an AMA in our metaverse. And there's a lot of things that we have in store that we're going to present to Caleb, is having his own avatar, and that you could stream this on Twitch. You could stream your AMAs on YouTube. You could do this on you could actually stream this in your own TG, in your Telegram. So imagine when you guys are hosting, you're bringing these people on. Caleb's in the metaverse, and he's like co-hosting. Hey, what's going on, everybody? And he's that avatar, and you could hear him through the TG, through the Telegram, while he's introducing whoever is coming on your platform. That's massive, for Gold Diggers to have an AMA in the metaverse. It's a game changer kind of thing, and we're going to be eventually doing that. There's a lot of groups that want to hold their AMAs in the metaverse, especially, it's easy and accessible for us to build these kind of things. So, in terms of this partnership that we're having with, Gold Diggers, it's not just whitelist. We have a lot of things that are in store. I've just been so busy with so many different things that I haven't really talked to Caleb on how this channel, of yours, can not only be on our streaming app. One of the ideals that we're having is when we do these partnerships, there's going to be a section where, if you want to, get a subscription for HBO, go ahead, you can sign up. You want to sign up for Showtime. You want to get into cryptocurrency. We could have a link that has your banner, and people can actually access your Telegram, as far as promoting Gold Diggers, and so, we definitely have a lot of ideals. The fact that having your own clubhouse in the metaverse where all of you guys can, hang out and chill and whatever you guys decide to put in there. The fact that even having a private room, called Gold Diggers, which is you guys' own room where you guys want to go hang out and watch a movie inside. So we definitely have plans with the partnerships and things that I want to bring to Caleb, but we haven't really had that chance yet. But we're going to have that time where we can talk to really put Gold Diggers on the map when it comes down to doing what Gold Diggers does, AMAs and trading and all this other kind of stuff. We know groups like, of course, who doesn't know who Golems and Travel Edge, and we're spreading the news. We're talking to other groups. Man, you got to do, gold. You got to do an AMA with Gold Diggers. And so, as this partnership creates, and with Mr. B, and with Crypto Kid Finance, the projects that they're getting involved in, that are this project with C Charge is a publicly one of the people that are on there is a publicly traded company. He's been on different talk shows. This is the type of caliber projects that Crypto Kid and Mr. B is going to be bringing into the BSC space. And so definitely with all these upcoming projects that are coming up, there's going to be huge projects. They're actually working on a project that's super massive. I mean, it is massive. I think it's going to be one of the game changer. I would not be surprised because they're going to have so much power in this industry. And I'm not going to get into the full detail. I definitely want you guys to understand that what this partnership means to Caleb, to me, with this community, and what we're going to bring to this community, and the projects that are going to be coming on a board. And like I said, Caleb, of course, now, do your own research, of course. But these are going to be projects that have tremendous backing, VC backing, and that credibility from the team who's actually going to be part of it and running. So, look out for that. This is our partnership is not just, hey, we're just saying we're partnering. No, we have things in store where you can actually benefit from that partnership. So I'm excited, guys. About all this. But go ahead. Sorry about going on the left end there, but go ahead and continue.
I mean, it's really amazing for the people to know the plans and what you guys are building, and even going to the extent of you explaining what partnerships how it's gonna affect your project, and not just a project, even the people who get themselves involved with you guys. So I'm gonna go down right now to one of the most important parts of a project, which is gonna be the contract, because that have always been lots of issue with project out there. I've seen most projects, from 100 market cap to I think a million market cap, and at some points the contract had issue, and most of them had to deal with launch and have to cancel most of their plans and stuff like that. So I would like to know if the contract is audited, and I mean, how can we be sure it's audited and stuff like that. So I mean, that's one of the most important part of a project.
Well, no, I agree 1,000%, Caleb, and that's why we definitely will be doing a CertTech audit. A CertTech audit will happen after launch, but before launch, we will have a KYC and audit as well. And just a little bit about what
that's already done, kid. That's already done, bro. We already did the KYC already. KYC is already done. We've done that with Gempad. We've done that with Sphinx, but we're not going to be on Sphinx. We did that with CoinScope. KYC process is done already. We already have that certificate for the KYC and everything. Now it's going to be going after the CertTech audit. But we do have an audit for our token as well. Pinkcell uses a company called CoinScope. CoinScope is another upcoming audit company too as well. So we've been audited through there. But carry on, kid, with the CertTech audit.
That's great. I mean, that's really amazing. It shows that you guys are really set up, and all I'm gonna say is I really wish you guys the best, and you guys should do what you're doing. So I don't know, Alvin, I don't know, Crypto Kid, do you guys have any other things you may want to touch that we haven't touched? Otherwise, we can get questions from the community because I know that there are a lot of people here who are kind of curious, and they most of them are really excited and they want to ask some questions as well. So I don't know if you guys still want to add in something before we get questions from them.
Yeah, no, thanks, Caleb. MetaFX is trying to be, a brand and a company that people come to trust. So we definitely plan to be part of the change on the BSC space. With the partnerships that we do, and with the call groups and the companies that we do partnerships, we're trying to break those boundaries that people know in the crypto industry, because there's not enough collaboration and people don't share resources, and there's too many scams going on in the industry, and we see that. So we want to be a part of the change for the better. And, so basically MetaFX is built on that foundation of being a safe project that has a long-term vision that people can come to trust and put their money in and make profits and, earn profits while doing something that they love.
That's amazing. That's actually a great tip. So Alvin, are you guys ready to get questions?
Yeah, for sure, 100%.
Awesome. So guys, you may want to raise your hands now to ask your question. And guys, please, because of time, please you want to ask in one question per person, because I believe we have lots of hands being raised here. So like I said, one question per person. If you ask more than one question, sorry, I'm gonna mute you right away. So first of all, we're gonna get a question from, let's see, Luchis. Luchis, you're muted.
Okay, thanks, Caleb. Hi, MetFx team. Hi, Alvin.
How you doing?
Very well, thank you. Okay, you guys have lots of goodies and well-detailed features embedded in your projects, and it's really, really fascinating. Based on what you've been saying so far, it's clear that MetFX is targeting the global market, involving both crypto and non-crypto users, which is actually awesome because you're giving everybody a chance to participate. So my concern is actually for a non-crypto user. For instance, someone without any knowledge about crypto and sees your website and is like, oh, okay, so I could actually watch movies and earn, but this person doesn't have a crypto wallet. So how does he or she get paid? Do you have a fiat payment system that supports normal currency?
That's a great question, Lau. And the fact that we're able to market to people outside of crypto is a huge plus for being a part of this project. But it's up to us to basically introduce those people to the crypto industry. So what that means is having a marketplace and having a platform that's easy for them to understand, so they can basically transform themselves from a regular person that's just downloading the app to watch movies to a person that's being a part of the whole ecosystem of MetaFX. So what we plan to do is have our developers make it easier for the users to buy the token rather than going through the whole process of KuCoin and this and that, of having a way where it would be a lot easier for them to just simply buy the token or earn the token right on the app. So with the app, users are going to be able to connect their wallets and get immediate payouts in the MetFX native token. In addition to that, we will find a way to make it easier for these people that don't understand the crypto industry to buy our token. And, that can be in the form of having a buy button on the app that basically does all the work for them and making the process simple, but to having educational videos where they can go and make the purchase themselves using KuCoin or PancakeSwap.
Yeah, it's pretty much like a cryptographic, I think is what it's called. It's these videos introductory into our ecosystem and what they can learn and how they can monetize. And also just learning the whole, crypto aspect. There's a lot of groups now who are actually trying to teach people about cryptocurrency. And just keep in mind, because we're a video streaming app, platform, having a video, which could be a series of introductory into the crypto world and how that it works. I think most people just know just the basics of it, but don't really know about these types of other projects. They're just so used to seeing stable coins and things like that. So definitely, we definitely have plans for that. It's really hard to implement almost everything, but it's definitely on the map in order to have these instructional videos for an introductory of just the crypto industry, and then also entering into our ecosystem and how they could actually participate into it.
Okay, thank you very much. Because I'm actually concerned about, aged people, elderly ones. So since you're saying there would be a video that will make it easy for them to use, okay, it's pretty fine. Thank you so much. Thanks,
You're welcome.
Caleb.
Yeah, thanks for that, Benito. Um, Up next, gonna get a question from Moonshine. Moonshine, you're muted.
Hi guys, hi Caleb.
Hey, buddy, ask a question.
Yeah, I'm fine. Hi good. Hi MetFx. So my question is, I was actually considering. I see the fact that you intend to bring creators, new people into this, and I was just wondering the kind of partnerships you intend to have. I'm sure you will eventually have partnerships with great actors and likes abroad. And I was thinking, do you ever intend to have like an incubation program where you bring some investors who have been investing in the project and who are very good in active, giving them an opportunity to be part of this project? Do you have a plan like that? That's my question.
Yes, 100%. Crypto. I always I always get so confused with the names. Um, but not Star Star. Got Talkstar. Talkstar has a plan, and we were discussing about touring um, all of these events that are actually happening around the world. He told me that is so vital for other investors to get in. There's a lot of investors who won't invest into projects at a very early stage, uh, but that midway type of thing after they launch. And so we're definitely. I was actually telling another person on our team. I said, guys, we're going to be traveling. So we're going to be traveling a lot on a lot of these conferences, setting up our booth, and hopefully giving a demonstration of just what the MetaFX platform is about. I think honestly, being the first to show movies, premium movies like this, and the way that our ecosystem is set up, it's definitely going to be out there with our marketing team, and just using the high calls. We're definitely have plans to really reach out to a larger audience, and the only way that you can do that is through social media. But there's a other aspect to as well, where we're going to be actually traveling and attending these conferences that are happening around the world in order for us to promote MetFX. Now, I can assure you that we're not going to be flying on a jet plane because we're we're really very cautious about our spending and things like that. But we're definitely going to be traveling and attending these conferences to promote MetFX.
Yeah, I mean that's something great you can have there, and I just wanted to ask, would you permit if those people have maybe like an insurance, knowing they would have to go out there to meet people sometimes and all that? Do you think you would accept them having like a public liability insurance, stuff like that?
A public liability insurance in terms of our crew that goes out to these events. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because you're going to be meeting people, and even those who would become part of the incubation program, they should have that too. Because I'm sure, your white paper, I see sometimes you have to go attend events and stuff like that. So would you be having such?
Honestly, we never even really kind of like thought of that. It's really a good question. I'd have to take that to the team. We never even thought of that at all about having insurance for the people that are going to be attending these conferences when we go out and promote. But yeah, it's definitely something that we can talk to the group and see what our budget is and set aside for that money in case someone gets injured or needs medical attention. I think of course we're going to have to fork the bill up for that. I think it's only right, because they're extending their time to go out to these conferences and people. But definitely we want to make sure that people are protected. And so, that's number one is always going to be safety for the people that's with us. I don't think it's going to be a whole lot of people that's going to be on this traveling throughout all these events, but definitely, safety is definitely a thing on the table where we do have to protect ourselves. As far as being rushed to the hospital and things like that, yeah, most definitely. Even if I pay that out of my pocket or MetFX, one way or another, we take care of our people. And that's the thing about with MetFX, we take care of each other, and they take care of us. A lot of people are like, Al, don't pay us now, we'll just pay us later, because we know that we need to put money towards and for all the marketing and stuff like that. So, we definitely love our team, and our motto is we're here to work hard. We're here to work hard for our investors. I barely get any sleep. I just decided to go on some keto diets because majority of the time, I'm just sitting around the house and always in conference calls, with all the planning and everything. But yeah, this is why we're here. We're here to work hard to ensure that our investors are getting their fair share for their contribution that they put into our platform. But as far as safety goes, 100%, we'll talk about that. I think that's a good thing to plan out, especially when we tour. Emergency
Yeah,
money.
I mean that would be great. Thank you very much, MedFX. You have something great going on, and I can't wait to start streaming movies with you guys. Thank you so much,
Oh, you're
Caleb, for
welcome.
the opportunity.
All right, thanks for that, Moonshine. Up next, we have Alabi Wisha.
Hi guys,
How you doing?
I'm fine. Okay, so
Whoa,
this is
whoa, whoa!
actually
You're part of this community, Rachel.
yes, sir.
Man, every group I go to, I see Rachel.
Because I'm popular. Okay, so
I see that.
my question is actually about because when I went through the white paper and I saw when you were actually playing the game, I mean your project game, and I have a thing or so to talk about it. Okay, so one of the trends on GameFi space is a project that I mean a game that have in-game items, like just on your marketplace we have some items that we are going to purchase, and then we are going to use in the game. We're going to use for the watch and hand thing. We have NFTs for it and all. But then, to reduce supply of the NFTs and supply of game items without traditional buyback, burn, and margin, it's like something where you merge in game items and then lands, just like you said. You said it will when we play the game, it will bring us from a particular state, a particular land to another land. So what we can use in reducing this kind of thing is when we merge in some game items, NFTs, and land. And then, so this is my question: do you have plans where land owners, all right, because since we are going to be owning that kind of thing, landowners and in-game items owners can own lots of items and merge them together into a single kind of piece of real estate?
So you're talking about the metaverse, is basically it.
Yeah, I'm talking about the metaverse.
Yeah. So when we're talking about the metaverse, we don't really want to roll that out yet. Definitely, we show people when we do our AMA tour that we do have a metaverse that is built. But we made a decision halfway about 2 months ago to stop building that metaverse and literally focus on the watch to earn. Now, when we continue with building the metaverse more than what it is right now, are we going to have real estate sales in there?
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, yeah, most definitely, because that's just another way of monetizing on the platform. So MetFx, has multiple monetization, especially in the crypto and especially with the metaverse, in terms of buying avatars, onboarding third-party creators that want to sell, buildings that they create. Purchase certain items on our platform that can help you travel a lot more faster. Automobiles and things like that, flying contraptions that you could actually, fly. But yeah, when it comes down to the metaverse and monetization, it's obvious that how many companies that are really out there monetizing through land sales. I think that when we go back to the table, since we're really focusing on the launch, we're going to be pre-planning on how we're going to execute that. We don't want to just do land sales. There has to be a purpose to everything. There has to be a purpose to all of this, and what type of land that we're going to be attracting in terms of land sales and with companies, because we want everything to stay cohesive, with our platform. We just don't want to see it as, oh, they're just expanding. It's like a money grab kind of thing or whatever it may be, right? You're just building things for nothing, So we want to build things that make sense when it comes down to our metaverse. So if it does come down to land sales, yeah, most definitely. Our billboards, it's obvious that you've seen our metaverse and how we have where we can show movies, we can show billboard ads in the form of a video, a non-video. So we definitely, once the movies come up, I think that you think about it, 2 billion people who watch anime. Try to imagine when we have where people can actually watch anime on our platform, whether it's through VR or whether if it's through Web3. So we're gonna attract a lot of people once we finish out the build out in terms of how people can watch movies, not just on the streaming app, not just on the TV, but also in the metaverse.
Do you already know?
In addition to that,
okay.
Rachel,
Yes, sir.
the NFTs, the metaverse allows us to give the NFTs a utility, and we want to, hone in on that power. because as you said, we can integrate, in-game items or
Yeah,
items that can make your whole experience better by
exactly.
purchasing these in-game NFTs. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, no, that's definitely a part of our strategy when a part of the roadmap when, as Alvin said, we
Mm-hmm.
start focusing on the metaverse. But our main priority right now is this watch to earn app and
Yeah.
getting users, getting users
On
and
there.
showing them and increasing users on the MetFX platform, on these iOS and Android apps, and on these TV devices as well.
And do you already know what you guys are putting on your marketplace to be bought, and things that we are going to be using it for? Do you already have inspiration? Do you get?
That part. That part.
It's actually part of the question. I'm talking about the marketplace.
Yeah. Well, could you repeat that question again?
Yeah, I'm talking about the marketplace. I'm actually talking about the in-game items. Like, do you already have them? What you're going to create and what you will be using them for? Like, do you already have? You already have the inspiration already.
Well, when it comes down to the in game, are we a play to earn type of metaverse type of thing? And those are things that come down to the road. It depends. Everything is cash flow. It all really depends on how much money is coming in and how much we can expand our metaverse. But I think that we're just focusing on just the simple, basic things where you can purchase an automobile from our NFT platform, and you could actually drive around in our metaverse. Um, we had so many different ideals, but we've pretty much shaved it down for um, just doing the basics and keeping everything cohesive with the platform. I remember we had dragons that were actually 3D modeled, where actually people could jump on a dragon. But is that really going to make sense for the platform? So we can do whatever that's out there. It's just it's not getting the things done is not the issue. It's just the imaginary part. Being imaginative when it comes down to building this metaverse. But as far as down the road goes, yeah, we're just gonna have the basics now. What's tangible. I don't want to come in here and sell you on things that's not tangible right now because everything has to do with cash flow, and it takes time to build these things. But with us, with me being ambitious, especially in business, I definitely put something on the table with the team, and we can make decisions on what's going to be our next move. But as crypto said, we're really focusing on the whole watch to earn aspect, and once we have our metaverse up, there's definitely some things that you guys are going to expect. And what is those in-game things that will keep us going? It's really the backpack. It's you changing and switching up your avatar anytime that you want. It's also in how you transport in our metaverse. Do you want to walk, or do you want to sort of fly with a jetpack? So there's a lot of things that people can do to in the way that they can travel, and some of the things that they can purchase. I remember talking to our dev, and he was really like, I want to develop this part in the metaverse where people can actually communicate while you're in the metaverse. You can communicate through the outside world, and so there's a lot of things that we can develop, um, just because we have devs, but then at the same time, whatever limitations that our devs can't do, it's not to say that we can actually outsource to get those ideals done and put onto the table. You know.
Yeah. Thanks for the answer, and I wish us the best. Thank you. Yeah.
Thanks, Rachel.
Yeah, Bitcoin, you can come up.
Okay, thank you. My question is, what's the mechanism to earn while watching? Do we get the tokens directly, or what's the mechanism put in place? How do we get the earnings while we watch the videos or we stream the videos? I want to understand better how that works, and how it's going to compete with other similar platforms that may pop up later, and of course be a long-term project and not just a short-term project.
Yeah, definitely. We're definitely not going for the short term. That's never an option. Especially with me and me being in business and background. Um, background come from aquaculture and becoming
Uh,
so.
Alvin, your mic is.
Oh, sorry. Just a little bit about me. Um, I developed a company, on Amazon where we've done about $10 million in sales. Right now, I'm about to close in on a deal with one of my cannabis products with another big. I'm actually doing a licensing deal. I'm also an aquaculturist where I actually grow eels for the Japanese, Korean, and Chinese market. In terms of long term, I'm not here to make $100,000. To make $1 million. What we're talking about $1 million is what we're aiming for to make on the platform. It's not so much. It's really the advertising, and with that type of money, we can expand on some of these ideas and actually put more video content. Um, this would be actually not actually my last rodeo. I think one of the things that I want to do is being in developing my blockchain. I'm a network engineer by trade by 15 years prior to being an entrepreneur on my own, and I see something. There's a problem that I see with the blockchain and how I want to integrate it with IP technology and blockchain technology together. I'm not going to get into it, but this is my goal with MetFx. Is to make hundreds of $1 millions from the platform, especially the streaming app. I want you to consider how look up Tubi. Tubi, how much they make on a free streaming app. You may look at the movie selections and be like, wow, a lot of selections. But
Yeah, I don't know, Queen, if you heard Alvin, but basically what he was saying, that he has a strong history of running successful businesses. When I met Alvin, you know, um, he was running an Amazon business that was producing millions of dollars in profits a month. He was also saying that he ran an eel business, and he dealt with people in these regions by providing them a product that was a specialty, that is a specialty to them. So he built this vision of MetFX with a long term plan, and part of that plan is having a movie library that competes with these other streaming companies. And that has to start from somewhere. So when we launched our MetFX platform, we will be adding movies on the regular. As our budget increases, the better quality of movies will increase as well. So it's a growing process, and we understand we're not going to be able to compete with these big streaming companies immediately right out the gate. However, as we grow and develop MetFX into the powerhouse that it's built to be, we have an ultimate plan and vision to compete with these streaming apps. But in reality, the fact is we're offering something different that no other streaming app is offering, because we're giving users the ability to earn money while they watch movies. And we're not charging them a subscription price or anything like that. Whereas opposed to Netflix and Amazon are charging you a monthly fee.
yeah,
Sorry, I appreciate your answer, but there's a part of my question you didn't answer. I want to know what's the mechanism for sharing the tokens so you don't run out of tokens in the future. Because I see you giving out 25%. So I want to know what's the mechanism put in place so you don't run out of tokens in the future?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Remember I've said that we're actually going to wean off from giving out the native token. We're going to be giving the rewards in BUSD because it makes sense that we're sharing the advertisement money with the people that participate into the watch to earn is what we're how we're doing it. As far as the mechanism and the user interface goes, on the application, there's a certain part where it tracks your history of how many hours you watched the movies, provided that you watch the adverts and things like that. You can actually claim your tokens right there on the UI interface that's integrated with the application and the UI interface. So you should be able to have that tracking of what movies you watched, how much time that you put in watching in movies, and then it'll accumulate how much you've made, and you can go ahead and you can claim it. You don't have to claim it right away. You can claim it, maybe you know uh, 2 months from now, 3 months from now, and you're just, stacking up. So that's how that actually would actually work. Is that you would be able to claim those tokens. So it's all smart contracted with the hours of movies that you watch and how much you're going to be accumulating. Um, I haven't talked to my dev yet in terms of if we're going to do this on a daily basis, and I think it should be where people actually can claim their tokens, at any time, provided that they watched at least 6 hours of movie time. And then from there, once you've watched 6 hours, you can go ahead and you can accumulate, you can go ahead and claim those tokens.
Yeah, and that's part of our strategy to transition users from getting the native token to BUSD, because we have the ability to do so. And the fact is, we're getting this money from advertisers, and when we do the profit sharing, we can easily make payouts in the form of BUSD rather than a native token. So we have a plan to transition the users over to BUSD rewards rather opposed to getting the native token.
Okay, thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thanks for that, Queen. Let's also get a question from Yellow Lip.
You hear me?
Yeah, ask a question, buddy.
Okay, thanks for the opportunity. Going through your website, I saw some great things you guys have been doing to make this project a really great one. So my question is, and it also is suggestion. So I would like to know if there's a way you guys can make an educational videos, not just a random videos, a video advertising your project, and you can carry a Chinese person advertising your project in the Chinese speaking way, and the Chinese person is going to advertise the project in a video saying it in Chinese, and you can post it to the Chinese countries, putting it in television, advertising your project. And that way, you can also do it in the French countries, putting it to the French countries in the television, advertising your project. And you can also put it in the magazine, like in the newspaper, advertising your project, because now the market is really bad. Most investors will scared to invest. You will have a great time to do that because more people will come to your project, and in that sense, you're bringing more people come to the crypto space. And we know that more people are scared to invest, but you will have more confidence because you have more people invest in your project.
I think, okay, so the first part I think you were talking about, if I understood, is expanding on translation with these movies. I- we have you have to understand that well, I'm not saying you have to understand, but the company that we're actually going through with this already have translation. Now, as far as how far does the translation goes, that we do not know. In terms of whether there's some movies that can translate into Korean, English, Spanish. As far as the other ones, I have to look more in detail of how much more translations that we can kind of do. But when it comes to the movie industry, um, movies are always going to be constantly changing, and we have to constantly bring new movies onto the platform. And so, they told me already that we would have to use a third party company to do some of these, expand on some of these translations. So we have to do a little bit more like on the cost analysis type of thing and see how much will that cost. Could it be done in-house without going to a third party in order to translate these movies in another language. Um, in terms of being in this sort of bear market, we want to actually take advantage of it. Um, I went ahead and talked to. I'm actually part of a Futures Lounge private group, and I noticed that Kay was there, and he had like 50 tokens that were actually on hold that didn't want to launch on this type of a market. But you got to remember, being in this space, we have the tendency to invest into something, and it gives us the opportunity to showcase and take advantage of the market, how powerful MetaFX is. You could see these even in a down market. I've seen coins still go up to $1 billion market cap in a down market, um, and so we want to take advantage of it. We feel very, very, very confident with MetaFX as being the first to show movies that is literally a watch to earn. The biggest trend right now is these move to earns. They're coming out like a dime a dozen, but then eventually it's going to get saturated. And so this is one of the reasons why we switched up from metaverse, from building out our metaverse, and we immediately went into watch to earn. I've already had this in mind. I'm on the second phase, of our roadmap with our streaming application. We just going to put it on the forefront of it. So we feel very confident that even in a down market, that we're going to still succeed. And I think that we do see things moving in a positive direction. And so, we're not afraid.
Sure. And then
It's
also
really our
in
market.
addition to that, yellow lip, I think you brought up a great point of being able to directly communicate with the regions that we're focusing on, and that's part of the reason why we didn't roll it out nationally and we're focusing on these selected regions is because we plan to do marketing in that way. So yes, that does mean someone speaking in that native language, so users in that country can know the benefits of the MetaFX platform. And that's 100% part of what we will try to do, and to try to bring users over from that particular country or region onto the MetaFX platform. Because in order to explain the benefits, you have to do so in a way that they understand. So, Yolip, I think you bring up a great point of being able to communicate with these people in these regions by specifically speaking their language, and that's something we plan to do.
Yeah, that's really great. Thanks for the great answers. And all to say that people project that is scared in this market situation is project that is not gonna do well in the future. So you feel having a great confidence in your project. I'm really sure that your project is gonna do well in the future. Thanks for the great answer.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for that, Yellow Lip. I'm just gonna get a few more questions. Rachel, you're up next.
Thank you, Kelly. Can you hear me?
Yeah, ask the question.
Hello.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, we can
We
hear you,
hear you.
Rachel.
Okay. Good evening, MetaFX team. Okay. My question is, if I was watching a movie and I stop it and resume watching the same movie at another time, how is the value I earn from talking calculated? And in the event of rewatching the same films, advertisement, or music, is the same amount of tokens earned every time? I mean, are there reward system for investors who spend more time watching movies? That's my question.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
that's a
really.
great
Go ahead,
question.
kid.
That's a great question, Rachel. Yeah, so basically, MetaFX will have a tier system where users, based on what NFT they hold, represents the amount of earnings that they will get. So we will have a dashboard where users can follow along on the amount of earnings that they're generating. So if you see that you're skipping over the ads, and you're going from the beginning of the movie to the end, you're not going to be paid as much as opposed to someone that's sitting there and watching the movie. As long as you have it playing, and regardless if the user is watching it or not, as long as you have it playing, you will get credited for that ad watch, because there's no way for us to determine if the user is actually sitting down watching it. However, we will get paid from these advertisers on the amount that the ad plays. So we share those profits in a tier system that we will ultimately come out before launch and explain. So if you hold a certain NFT of MetaFX, then you will get paid additional rewards, as opposed to someone that doesn't hold any of the NFTs. They still will get paid something, but it will be a smaller amount as opposed to someone that holds a higher tier NFT. So the reward
Yeah.
system is something that we're currently building, and it will be out by the time we launch. And we will have those NFTs available for users to buy and purchase. And that's part of our plan to integrate the NFT platform and marketplace into the MetaFX platform. So it kind of comes full circle, and we're showing the benefits of the true ecosystem that we bring to the table. But to answer your question, users will be able to follow along on their dashboard and see how much they're earning right after an ad is played and a movie is watched. So users will then be able to know, okay, well, I generated this amount of money for watching this movie, and they will be able to determine, okay, this is the amount I will be making, per movie, with that dashboard. So we try to simplify the whole process of people, doing math and stuff like that by having that dashboard, so people can follow along the earnings.
Yeah, and just to add on to that one, we're going to be building that referral bonus system, a referral system. That is so important. We've seen the success with Drip by having that referral system in there, and we're going to definitely implement that referral system into our ecosystem when you refer somebody to the MetaFX platform. It's another way to for people to gain extra income, um, and also another way to get more people to use our platform watching movies, promotion. So just want to add that in there, that we're going to have that referral based system too as well.
Okay, thank you. Awesome, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for that, Risha, great stuff. Rising Star, then up next to get Vicious Play. Rising Star, you're up next.
Hi, Caleb. Hi, my MetFx team. How you guys doing?
We're doing great.
Yeah, I can see. Because I'm really enjoying the AMA. First of all, I want to commend you guys for the effort which you've put into the ideas which you guys have been presenting to us, and also implementing them. It's really nice. So my question is, since you guys will be having content creators, you'll be onboarding content creators into your platform. So I want to know, how do you intend to protect these content creators from unlawful usage of their content? Helping them to protect their content from people using it arbitrarily, and giving them intellectual ownership over their content.
How are we protecting our third-party content creators?
Yeah, from
on our
unlawful usage. Yeah.
I think as far as protection goes, um, I'm kind of like thinking about what you're saying in terms of protecting. I know that we went as far as making sure that no one can just upload their content because we don't want people, uploading, pornography and things like that. As far as protection goes, in honesty, it's really to protect your IP is really going to have to be the the content creator. He has to protect his brand. He has to protect his movie licensing. With the fact that pirating and things like that in the industry, you know, um, there's actually ways where uh, the the third party should be able to know how to protect his content. Um, and as far as our platform goes, it's not something that where people can actually just download the movie and onto your desktop and things like that. We don't have that option to do that. Uh, but that I might have to think a little bit more about that. I really don't have that answer on how to protect that third party content creator. I think even if they, if it's in the form of an NFT, of course it's going to be on the blockchain. Um, but as far as protecting it from being pirated and showing it up on YouTube, that's literally out of our control, and we don't have that system in place. That's really the content creator's duty to do that is to protect his IP.
Of course, yes.
And
So,
yeah,
so
so yeah, we
yeah,
really,
okay.
yeah, I
Go
don't
on,
have
please.
that full answer for you. I think it's really the duty of the content creator to protect his IP. From being pirated out there. But as far as our platform, you're not going to be able to download this movie now in the form of an NFT. Yeah, it's going to be on the blockchain. Movies are always being pirated out there. It's the only thing that you can do is lessen it, and that's why they have laws where you can do a cease and desist letter with, like, let's say on YouTube or wherever they find their movie at, and they could, send those forms in, and they have to take it down, or there's going to be further legal action. So there's authorities that are actually in place when it comes down to um, bootlegging and stuff like that, and which is good. Having those bootleg movies on the street. You sell bootleg movies, you're gonna get a ticket, you probably get arrested, and you get fined when you watch these movies on there. That if you pirate this movie, there's going to be a $5,000 or I don't know. There's this huge $50,000 penalty for pirating and things like that. But I think the laws already have those things in place in order to try to protect, but you can't fully protect your IP, especially in the movie industry, because it's digital. You can, pirate it, you can download it from other various places. I hope that answers your question.
Yes, yes, it does. Now, what I want to say is exactly what you said. Because it's digital, many work of art are subject to pirates and the rest of it. So what you guys can do when I talk about protecting copy content creators, what you guys could do is you could help these content creators who would be using your platform. You could help them to secure stuff like copyright and licensing. If you help them to secure, because sometimes they may not really be able to afford the payments to secure copyright and licensing. But if you help them, since you said that much of the work of securing their IP depends on the content creators, so if you help them, I feel helping them to secure this copyright and licensing would go a long way for them, you know,
Oh yeah,
because many
true. I
content
think
creators
adding
are
that extra service if they don't have that, yeah, that's
exactly.
actually a pretty good ideal. Yeah, that's a really, really good ideal, and it's definitely something. And anything with us or anything in this world we can do. It's just a matter of just the resources that it takes and putting those putting those protocols in place. Yeah, most definitely. Especially when it third third party content creators. We just haven't really thought to that. We're eventually going to evolve more and more as time goes by with our ecosystem, and we can implement those things if it's such a big need for it. But I think that being a content creator,
I mean, you're spending thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to create this content. I would assume that you would be able
Exactly.
to send a certain amount of money to protect your IP, you know. So I guess that's probably one of the reasons why we haven't thought, but there could be something where that resources, if you wanted to protect your IP, you can actually go to this company and that company and to protect your asset from being exploited out there. So yeah,
Thank
most
you, but
definitely.
I'm
Yeah.
so sorry, Caleb. But there's something I got from what you just said now. You said being a content creator, you spend lots of money in order to create.
Yeah. Yeah, you spend a lot of money on developing these films. It's something that's actually not cheap, I would assume. Uh,
Exactly. So
yeah.
does it
But if
mean
they
that,
can't, we'll probably have those resources out there where they can actually go to talk to this particular company, a lawyer or something that can help them
And
protect
this
their
is
IP.
also part of the reason, Alvin, that we do have Chad Stoops, who's a Hollywood director, part of our team as well, who's helped advising us on, you know, getting in contact with these content makers and filmmakers that normally wouldn't have their content seen on a platform such as Netflix or something like that, where we
Yeah.
can provide them an outlet where they can show their content and immediately monetize on that content and basically build a reputation by showcasing their movies on the MetFX platform. Because ultimately, if we're bringing to the table millions of users, we are gonna attract people that make content because of the way that we can quickly monetize and share profit sharing with these users. So we will attract users that are in the film industry, that make content, that have a big following because of this reason, because we're willing to share profits that we make with the content makers and ultimately with our shareholders as well.
Yeah. Yeah, there's so much
Does
things that we can involve, but yeah, go ahead, Caleb.
um I don't know. Does that answer your question? Why isn't that? Oh, she's muted. Okay.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. All right. All right. Let's get the last question from Vicious Play. Vicious Play, you're muted.
Thank you, Kelly. Opportunity. Just on top of transparency, my question is, what measure do you have to ensure, for example, using your own? What else do you have to install in their friends are safe?
Vicious Play, you're breaking up. You may want to come
Breaking
closer
up,
to
you
your
may
mic.
want to come closer to your mic. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Just on top of the transparency to ensure.
Yeah, I couldn't hear Caleb at all. Um, I'll be
Can you
right
hear me?
back within a few minutes. I gotta take this emergency call. Um, but
Okay.
I'll be back in a few minutes.
But we can continue with the questions, Caleb. I'm here to help answer anything else you may have.
Okay. Okay. I don't know. Vicious Play was having an issue with his her connection. Let me give you a chance for you to try again. Um, Vicious Play. If you're having a bad connection, maybe we'll have to move on. Like, try again, Vicious Play.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Okay. Just on top of the transparency, what measure are you taking to ensure the security investments. For example, you using your real name. What else do you have installed to ensure invest their funds and their investments are safe? I'm done.
Um, yeah, I heard part of that.
I heard part of that.
I think you're asking how can we make investors be assured with the project and feel safe with it? Is that your question?
Yeah, I think that's what she was saying. I had to mute her because we're getting the feedback from her. Yeah, I think that was what she was asking.
Okay, yeah, no, for sure. And that's a great question. And part of that, what we built here on with MetaFX is being able to be a part of safe projects that people can trust. So we definitely, appreciate questions like this. And, what we can tell users who ask that question is, we're coming to the table with a fully doxed team that has a track record of success. As Alvin mentioned, he's fully doxxed. We can ask him to go on video when he comes back, and I'm sure he would have no problem doing so. And that's the type of environment he wants to bring to the table so users can feel comfortable investing into MetaFX, where he basically hides nothing and he shows um, everybody that's a part of the core team and who's part of the project on the core team is fully doxed. Because you can go to their website, look at their LinkedIn profile, and see how successful each of these users have been in the business industry. The lead dev is part of works for the United States government. You know, Alvin, who's a co-founder, has been successful with his venture in Amazon business, with his business for his pond, because he actually grows eels for a selected region in the Philippines, and he provides a unique product. And he has netted millions of dollars in profits with these businesses. So ultimately, these people have been so successful in the real business world, and it's easy for them to translate that success in the crypto industry when they surround themselves with the people that are familiar with the crypto space, such as myself, such as Crypto Vader, such as the DTC group. And that's part of the reason why Alvin seeked out partnerships with people who understand crypto, because he's bringing to the table real world business and his success and the people that have been involved with that, and then all his partners. And then he has attached himself with the right team to make sure he also gets the advice of people who understand the crypto industry. So when you combine that two, it's as safe as a project you can get, considering it's a fully doxed team. They have a track record of success, and we're here with a long-term vision. This is not a shit coin. This is not a meme token. This is not something that launch and the utility will come later. This is something that's launching with a full ecosystem. And our goal is to grow that ecosystem from day one, even before we launch. To grow that ecosystem and to keep building it so we can gain the trust of the market, because we understand it's not going to happen overnight. People are not going to fully trust the MetaFX platform. But once they see it in action, they're able to gain rewards and connect their wallet and easily get their wallets, easily see the native token rewards in the wallet stack up. Over time, people will gain the trust of the marketplace. And that's what we want. We want people such as yourselves spreading the word to friends and family, like, oh, I made $150 last month watching movies. And to be able to share that with friends and family who can similarly enjoy the experience. And they don't have to necessarily understand the crypto industry to be a part of the MetaFX ecosystem. And that's the power that we're trying to bring to the table. We're trying to be a part of the greater change on the BSC by having a project where people can ultimately invest in and feel safe. So we understand it's not going to happen from day one, and it's always an opportunity to build trust in the marketplace. But MetFX and the whole team have that goal in mind, is to continue building trust in the marketplace to make this product as successful as it could be.
Yeah, in honesty, it's a bullish project. It really, really is. I mean, for me, coming from business, I'm not dabbling into something that's short term. Running a token is not something that's easy. It's not. It takes a lot of time um, to develop this. And if I'm going to put my time, into this, it's got to be well worth it. Everyone on my team uh, is putting that hard work, and we're not just putting our hard work for something that's short. It's got to have that long term. And we studied out the movie industry. We studied out the whole entire adverts, and how much we can make money on this. Making money to me. And I'm grateful to be in the position that I'm in, and I've been blessed, very blessed, and I do definitely give back to the communities out there. A little bit about me, I travel into the Philippines, and I take my time out to cater to these kids by giving them a sense of hope that there are people that do care. This is something that we do every year. This is something that I'm going to bring to the MetFX team in terms of giving back. I'm tied in with orphanage with the kids, and we visit them, and we give them we provide them like pizza night. We buy things for things that the orphanage needs. I go out to in different parts of the Philippines where it's really deep cut, where these kids, they have to travel on foot for 2 hours just to get to school. We visit these families, and I'm very humbled and grateful, and it helps me out to um, to be grateful for the things that I have and appreciate running water. I think a lot of times we take advantage of that. But with us, with the MetaFX team, we're really out here to um, make a difference in our business model. I don't want to be something that's short term. I think a lot of people know me on a personal basis. That know me on a personal basis of the things that I dabble into, and it's not something that's short term. I definitely want to build something that's great with the people that we have on our team, and I think that we do have a bullish project because it's watch turn. I don't think it's never been done before at the level that we're trying to do it. So this is just me. I want to, if I'm going to get into a business, I want to make sure that it has a long-term effect. I'm not going to put in the time and the effort to make a quick buck. I want to have that longevity. I want the people that work for the company, can have that job for a long term. We definitely want people
Yeah, and I think that's part of the
to
reason
make money on
why
this platform.
people love working for Alvin, because he's a great motivator and he provides opportunities for people to grow in his company. He realizes that people, that are spending a majority of their time on the team, such as mods and people doing other tasks, have to pay bills at some point. So he's paying them some type of salary, so they can actually devote their time to MetaFX and make this project huge, because he's treating this like a Fortune 500 company. He's not treating this like a shitcoin crypto project that can't afford to pay salaries, that has a staff of a few people that's only devoting a quarter of their time to the project. He wants people that are going to come to the table, that can fully devote their time to the project, and he will provide them an opportunity to grow. So that's why people that's why the whole team really, because has been so successful, is because he found individuals that wanted to grow in the crypto industry, and he's provided them an opportunity to do so.
So I think that answered your question viciously. I think Alvin, Crypto Kid, I think this is how far we can go. And for those who might want to ask questions that weren't opportune, um, you can feel free to join our Telegram channel and ask a question. And luckily enough, we're also going to be having an EMA with them before the launch. So you can also have the opportunity to ask the question at that time. But if you're really that curious, if you have more questions, feel free to join into that Telegram channel. I believe um, the admins there, or otherwise, even sometimes Alvin himself always go up on the VC and where you can ask a question as well. But before we draw this to a close, Alvin and CryptoKid, what do you guys have to say for investors here before we draw this to a close?
Well, repeat the last sentence again.
He's
Yeah,
asking
what
for closing remarks, Alvin.
exactly?
I want you guys to do your due diligence. I'm not here to fluff you up. You have to do your due diligence on the movie industry, the people behind our team and the marketing team, in terms of what we're presenting to you. We would definitely love you guys to be part of our community, especially the investors here. It's really going to make a definite impact. On our project, for gold diggers to be part of it, and um, you know look at our business model and look at how we're generating our income and the potential of the money that we're actually going to be generating, our business plan. You got to understand that we're not just any type of project. We have our utilities on hand. 90% of these projects that come out, maybe even higher, don't even have their utilities, and this is what makes us different. And the fact that we're going to be the first. I can give you an example. With Step In, the first to do the move to earn, maybe not, but they executed themselves to get onto Binance. They executed themselves to get on KuCoin and all these different exchanges. And this is our team right here. We're working with people who have that experience to strategize us to get onto these exchanges. Also, it's just a matter of just paying, and we have that goal to get onto these centralized exchanges. We have that experience to market the coin. We're doing everything in the right, every step in the right way, um, to reach to higher market caps and high volume trading, and also on the platform too as well. MetaFX is a project with a strong business model, and we have the rights to show movies. I would love to share who we're getting our movies from, but there's a lot of people who are just trying to fork with what we're doing. And so that's a good thing. People are trying to fork and try to figure out, and people in the chat room are answering certain questions, and we know who they are. We already got companies that are trying to follow our business model. But the hardest thing to do is actually getting those, movies rights. One of the other things too is we have so much news to come out with. We have a very scalable business. And just like that, MetaFX does a partnership with Warner Bros. It's easy for us to do that because I'm buying movie content. It's the way that we can flip the script in the crypto industry. When you do a partnership with, say, Warner Bros. Or Lionsgate, which I already have contacts with, and they're ready for us to purchase more content from their platform, the fact that we can flip the script on that, and we just created a partnership. So we have a lot of strong material to bring out after launch, to continue with the bullish news. Even with our ambassadorship, the way that our ambassadorship is going to work is that we're going to have ambassadors from each country, because each country has its own some type of Hollywood. The fact that we already have strong contacts with people in Nigeria and the Philippines, and someone already approached us to have a premiere movie in Bollywood. So we have a very unique platform where it's attracting people to want to do partnerships. Just now, another group, asked to, partner up with us in one way, because they see what we're doing and where we're going and how powerful our media platform could be. The fact that once we show up movies into the metaverse, Can you imagine? Normally when you're in a movie theaters, you normally will see some type of a commercial. Where the other way that we also monetize is showing other people's crypto projects, and we're going to go through that vetting type of process because we don't want to have projects that's going to eventually rug, and we're definitely going to attract those people. But the fact is that we have so many ways that we can monetize on our platform. It keeps us sustainable. We're not going to run out of money. We're not going to not be in business because we're some type of play to earn game or some move to earn game. We are a watch to earn that is part of our daily lives. It's something that we do on our leisure time, and it's a free application. And who does not like free? Especially when you're targeting the third world countries. We're going to have tremendous downloads, and through those tremendous downloads, we're going to monetize through our platform and earn millions and millions of dollars, where we can expand this ecosystem and we can reach those higher market caps, and we could put more um, movie content and attract third parties who cannot get their movies on Netflix and Hulu and those kind of things. So our library is going to continue to grow. The fact that MetFX is sharing their ad revenue with the people who participate. Who does that? None of these people are actually kind of doing that. And the fact that we're going to be transitioning into BUSD, it just shows you that our charts is going to have tremendous impact just on our business plan and how we monetize. We're talking about millions and millions of dollars. The fact that Tubi generates $700 million in ad revenue, the fact that Hula is rolling out their ad revenue too as well, and especially Netflix, and the fact that we're going to have that special edge over our competitors. Now, will we ever be the next Netflix? Well, of course, we always have that ambition. But I can tell you this though, we're going to take a lot of that market share because of that watch to earn. We're going to take a tremendous of that market share in the industry, and triumph over our competitors out there. So definitely me coming from a business, uh, coming from successful businesses that I've created and the people that I'm surrounded with and the people that we're also going to be onboarding, it's just going to make our team strong. Look at our marketing team, track record. Mr. B coming off from Cloud Chat, coming from Virtue, coming from Fishing, so forth. People are just following the project that he's part of. Also, Crypto Kid, bringing on projects that are fully backed up by VCs, his services and companies that are working with. He was just the other day, last week, was talking to Ice Cube. He's attracting celebrities that want to work with Crypto Kid Finance because of the things that he does and his connections and with VC funding and with just the media drops and his consultation. The marketing team is strong. There's no doubt about it that we know how to move the charts. We know how to trend. We know how to use the codes. We know the timing of everything. And this is where we have our CX centralized exchange strategy. We're talking about doggone it, I always mess up with his name, but the fact that this guy is coming off from B Talk and being part of a listing agent with KuCoin, we don't have to go through the front door. He has connections with a lot of these exchanges because that's part of his business that he has, and the fact that he's on the MetFX team, we could assure you that we're going to be on these centralized exchanges, and hopefully that we have that chance to get onto on the Binance exchange. That is our goal. That is our strategy. We want to because they're the number one dogs. We have already seen what Steppen has done when they got onto the centralized exchange with Binance, being one of the first step to earns on their platform. So imagine with the team that we have, if we can get onto Binance, Steppen went up to a $2 billion market cap. We're starting our market cap at 650. And if we get onto the Binance with our platform and we actually make that noise that we do because of our utility, I could assure you that this is going to attract Binance one way or another to get us on there. So imagine if Steppen could get to a $2 billion market cap, I can truly believe that we can hit those numbers. But what makes us different is that we can sustain it and grow from there because that's how the movie industry does. We can penetrate, we can withstand any weather in the market. It's because people love to watch their movies. It's not something that, oh, I'm not going to watch a movie today. But we have that strategic plan to build more content, to attract more people to our platform to watch movies. And the fact that it's free, who doesn't like free? Especially when we're talking about the third world countries. So we have that chance to build something that's great, and we definitely want gold diggers in this community to be part of. And it's being part of our community and building it and making it strong. We can definitely uh, take this platform to a whole new another level. If you're still like on the side of everything, still be partake of it. Still be part of our community because we're going to build something that's great. The fact that our partnership with Gold Diggers and the things that we have planned and stored, it's definitely going to put Gold Diggers on the map. When you do a partnership with us, we have we have the connections, not only just the connections, the networking, and the ideals. No one's not even thinking about doing AMAs in the metaverse. No one is, and it's going to bring a whole new another flavor and really attract people, especially the Twitter crowd. How big the metaverse is. It's going to attract, and having an AMA in the metaverse, it's definitely people are going to be attracted, and they want to do that to like, um to check out our platform and join our community.
Yeah, thank you for that, Alvin. And I mean, this was really a great presentation, no doubt. I believe we're not just here to learn about what the MetFX was. I believe a lot of us have been educated, and most of us have been able to learn a lot of things from what you guys have begin to offer, and we are all looking forward to this. I believe most of us might be getting our bags ready and stuff like that. And you did mention that you're gonna be giving out some whitelist spot, and I'll be selecting just few people for that whitelist spot because this is actually most, in my opinion, more like a VIP whitelist. So I'm only be giving it out to those who are gonna want it and stuff like that. Um, but if you're not gonna be investing in this whitelist spot, please make sure you give it out to people who want this because I believe a lot of people are seeking out to this one because this whitelist spot are not really much. So imagine we have an opportunity of having this much widely spot is really an opportunity for Gold Digger. So it's really nice project. But I still want to tell you guys that as always, we always advise you guys to make your own research, go ask your questions, do a background research about the teams, ask questions, especially the marketing teams behind the project. You mentioned people like Crypto Kid and stuff like that. So yeah, always do your own research. No matter how much people might be hype about the project, it's always nice that you have your own research done, as always. So I think this is how far we can go. But before I'm gonna draw this way close, Benita, do you have any other thing you may want to say as well to the team before we finally draw this way close?
Well, I'll just say I think it's a great project, and like you said already, everyone do your own due diligence. Just go through the websites, do everything that you need to do, just to be sure if it's something you want to invest in. So I think it's a great one.
Thank you. Yeah, I want people to do their due diligence. It's you have to do it. It should be part of the protocol. Just look at the utilities that we've already shown you already, our NFT platform and our metaverse. The next thing that we're going to be rolling out, that we're actually going to people on Web3. We're going to show movies in our Telegram using our application that we have. So it's just going to be proof in the pudding that we're not here to bluff you or to say that we're going to do this to do that. We already have the utility, and that's why we feel very very confident in what we're building here is because utility is always the first thing that we're focusing on, and for people to believe into this project. Without utility, either you're just going to be fluff, short term. People make their money, they're out, done, right? But the
You
fact that
know,
we have utility and marketing, it makes a whole big difference.
Benita, you said you wanted a whitelist spot, but I think I'm gonna set that whitelist spot for you. For BNB. Is it
No, I don't mind.
is it bad, Alvin, if I should sell high whitelist spot for BNB for just one whitelist spot?
Brother, you can do whatever you want. It's your community. I have no nothing to say. It's uh, it's I think after I talk
That's
to
all, Khaled.
after this
Come
AMA,
on,
I'll
you
talk
gotta
to
get like
Caleb.
10 BNBs for a whitelist spot.
Nah, don't do. You know what? No, that ain't happening. I don't think I would want to authorize someone to pay 10 B&B for a whitelist spot. To me, it's a gimmick. It's yeah, it brings hype, but at the same time, it's really truly I don't know, man. I just don't feel comfortable. I would love to take your money, believe me, but at the same time, I just don't see that I would even pursue it to sell, whitelist spots like that. I think crypto kid be like, no, go for it, but nah, I wouldn't do it. I just couldn't do it at all, man.
No,
It,
I mean,
it
no, I mean that's actually a way of me teasing her because she just texted me that she wanted a whitelist spot. I was like, well, I'm gonna sell you a whitelist spot for BME because these whitelist spots are actually not giving out to a lot of people. So for you to have this, you have to earn it, right? So yeah,
yeah,
but
you definitely have to earn it. I
yeah,
gotta
but
be honest with you guys. I have to be I have to be straightforward. Just the way that everything is set up in terms of the whitelist spots and everything. The first, since we're going on like 4 IDOs, the whitelist spot will definitely give out, but you will have an opportunity to get on with Zelwyn's Launchpad, which is going to actually happen on July 4th. And the way that the Zelwyn wanted it to be was to have it at like an open public type of thing on their platform. They're a very big IDO Launchpad. If you don't get in on there, we do have that whitelist spot for Gempad. Um, but I know that we want to do something special. So just give us where me and Caleb can do to ensure that you're able to get on there because Zelwyn is a very big launch pad and they're a very big community. And if you look at their launch pad, they always hit their numbers. And the fact that we're going to be going on this AMA tour, especially with Bohem's Lounge, Caesar's Lounge, Python. Let me see here. Who else we have that's big? Satoshi Club. They're very, very big groups. There's other groups out there that we're doing these big AMAs with, and we want to ensure that that partnership that we have, we don't want to leave anybody out from the community that want to invest. So, let me and Caleb talk. Because I think that with the pressure that's going to have and with the marketing that we're doing, I think it's going to be tough with these launch pads. So not to say that there's not hope any to get in there, but we want to make sure that the people here can get on to make their contribution. So just hold off. And we're gonna come out with a plan. Me and Caleb, we have a lot of things that we need to talk about that we can really make sure that this community could benefit every which way possible through this partnership that we're creating. I understand about the whitelist spots and everything, um, but with Zelwyn being the first IDO to launch on, you guys can give it a shot. But we definitely want to work something out where the investors here that truly want to invest, that they're going to be invested into our platform and make that contribution. I just had to be straightforward for that because what's going to happen is, oh, I got on the whitelist, but why is Zelwyn's Launchpad is open? So I just want to be just straightforward with you that Zelwyn's Launchpad is going to be public for their community and for our community too as well. But we definitely want to take care of you guys, those that want to invest into the MetFx.
That's great. It's
Yeah.
that's one reason I love about Alvin, he always takes care of his investors. He's Crypto was like, yeah, go ahead, MB. But Alvin was like, yeah, no, I don't want that. He so much care about his investor. That's something that's really great when it comes to project out there. You want to look at how these people, how they deal with their investors. Are they just gonna want to get funds for themselves, or they care about other people and stuff like that? So I'm gonna say great stuff, man. Keep doing what you're doing. So I think this is a right time we're gonna draw the curtain. But normally we usually give out best questions and also a wheel and spin to our participants, because the MetFx are generous enough to give out a $400 prize to our community.
Yeah.
So I have chosen 6 best questions, and we're gonna be giving out. We're also gonna be doing a wheel and spin as well for the people who participated. I'm gonna be doing that in a minute, because I already got the names of those who got themselves involved on that. Because all you have to do is, for you to get involved with the Wheel and Spin, you have to join the MetaFX Telegram group, follow us on Twitter, follow us on our announcement channel and stuff like that as well to get involved in them. So I believe lots of people have already done the task. So I'm just gonna be sharing my screen in just a few minutes. Let me see. But before that, I'm gonna be stopping the recording, because this is actually not gonna be part of it.